Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Miyamaka here, and I am here today for a video about relationships. Since Valentine's is coming up, and you're looking for that special someone. I figured I'd just give you a couple tips, pointers I have on relationships, because I've been in some, and I've had some good and bad experiences. You know, I've learned a lot, I would say. But let's get started. So the first thing I would definitely suggest is when you're looking. Let's start off with when you're looking for that someone, because that's kind of the first step, right? I mean, you can't have someone unless you don't find them. So, just keep in mind, first and foremost, that if the person that you are looking for, the person you have a crush on, doesn't like you back, it's not the end of the world. Everything happens for a reason, and I feel like, first of all, they're missing out on a great person, but second of all, like, they don't. There's nothing you can do to change it anyway. Even if it's every single person, you know what? That just means that you're going to save room for the right person. And, there's been some times where I've really liked someone and they didn't feel the same way. And it devastated me, honestly, to the point where I took it out on other people, and that wasn't really the best choice on my part. And I want to give you this advice now because I don't want you to make that same mistake I did. Yes, I am 16. Yes, I am young, but I do have some advice because some people don't see in relationships what a 16-year-old can see, and I think that that's why I feel it's important to do this, just to get another perspective from it. But anyways, getting back to what we were talking about, I don't know, when you find that someone special, when you find the person, don't push it. Like, don't push it. Like, if they're pushing it too much and you don't feel comfortable, it's not going to end well. Like, let's just be honest. If it's not at a state in the beginning, if you're not happy with what you're going into, why would you continue it? Why would you, if you're going to end up being scared of them, if they have a bad reputation, whatever the reason is, if you have a bad feeling about it and you have doubts at first, that's probably a good sign that you shouldn't date them. Just stick with, I mean, once again, but don't, like, but go with what your gut feels, not what other people tell you. Because some of the best relationships I've had are some that people didn't agree with, and I'm really glad I had them. And it kind of just shows who your real friends are. But don't push people out either. I've seen a lot of people just completely desert all of their friends. Like, you still have people in your life that care about you. Yes, a boyfriend or a girlfriend is a great thing, and when you find that someone that's great, and you spending time with them is great. But you also have to remember that there's other people, because if something does happen and your relationship ends, you won't have anyone to run to, and that sucks for you because you put yourself in that hole. You got to keep your friends and your boyfriend balanced, boyfriend or girlfriend. I mean, another thing too, don't let the person change you, because you're perfect the way you are. If anyone's going to try to change you, guess what? There's going to be some guy out there that won't. There's going to be a guy who's going to accept you for you. And you just got to remember that. If you might not feel like you might feel like it's the best for you. You might feel like this is the best you're going to get. You should feel happy. You should feel like you're grateful to be with this person, not scared of them, not mad at them all the time. You shouldn't play games with them. This is for your happiness. This isn't something once you get committed into, you don't have to just stay there to watch it burn. It's good sometimes to just say, you know what, I see where this is going, and let's turn this light back on. And I want to end it now, and that works out. And you still, at least you end off on a good note. Um, but if you don't think you're ready to be in a relationship, if you don't think you're able to be in one, you're not sure, don't try it out and then figure it out later that you can't be in one, because that hurts the other person and that sucks. Also, it really does make you look bad, especially if you're just playing that person. Now, of course, there's exceptions to everything, I understand. But, like, just for the general rules, like, find someone that makes you feel happy. Don't, honestly, that's the main thing. Just find someone that makes you feel good about yourself. Even if they're weird, even if you don't get along all the time, you know what? If they make you feel like a prince or a princess, then you're in the right hands, you know? And yes, people will mess up. So I'm not going to say that you should just dump someone because they're not perfect. But like you should understand the line between a mistake and someone who thinks that they can get away with it, because those can be mixed up a lot, and I've watched that happen. And just repeat it. If it happens over and over and over again, just one tip for me I kind of like to go through is, if I'm looking at myself and I tell myself this, like, you don't have to do this, but, and I don't know, I mean, some people might, but if you record yourself and you tell yourself what this relationship is, and you've envisioned that person being someone else asking you about that relationship, and you would tell them to break up with that person, that means you should, you give yourself love that is good. Don't do it because you have good memories. If you're in love with the memories more than the person itself, it's time to end it. But vice versa, if if you are in love with that person, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, this is what you have to do, because these are just my thoughts and opinions. A couple things that I think you guys should keep in mind, because relationships can be a really great thing, but at the same time, it can hurt a lot. So you have to be aware of that. And I don't know if any of this helps you. I don't know if some of this helps you, but if I helped you with one thing, then this was worth watching, and that's great. So, yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome Valentine's Day, and I will be back in another video. This is me, Amika. Peace out.